Hey YouTube, I finally got around to doing that update after I did the rescape of my tank, and right as I came to do it, I finally got a shot of one of the Amphipods. I have 5 or 6 of them in this tank. This is what they look like. They're very odd looking creatures. I said I have about 6 of them. That guy's probably close to a centimeter long once he's fully extended. Still much smaller than shrimp or anything of that nature, but very, very cool animals, extremely fast. In fact, I've never seen one sit still this long, so it's kind of different. He must be feeding, I have no idea. But they eat, I believe they eat bacteria and phytoplankton and things of that nature. They're both in saltwater and freshwater. In fact, a lot of reef enthusiasts will put them in their tank purposefully and grow them as a supply of food for their fish. All I have in here, like my largest fish is a pygmy cory cat, so that isn't going to be happening, but I'm sure the babies are being eaten, as well as the sea shrimp I have in here. But this is the new rescape of the tank after I cut it back. I told you I was going to cut it back quite a bit. The tank looks entirely different. So yeah, that's the 10 gallon there after the rescape, and the 29 is really what I wanted to show off today. Finally got everything back up to par in my opinion, and that is the tank. Planted, all the Luguidia you see there on the right hand side is all from the 10 gallon, as well as a good portion of the Hygrophila augustifolia, as well as some of the plants on the left. So basically I planted almost the entire tank with plants from the 10 gallon. I mean, I really got that much out of that tank from the last video. It's kind of insane. But I'm still working some kinks out. The issue I had was I had basically an extreme diatom problem. The diatoms took over the plants and actually killed them. You can actually see some of the leftovers here on that water sprite, just how dark it is. That's just dead diatoms. I'm using a chemical now to take all the silicates out of the water and reduce the diatoms, and they're basically gone now. I'm going to have to keep monitoring it, but I think I finally resolved the issue. The real key indicator to me that I had it resolved was, we see the Sagittarius sabulata here. I had probably 4 or 5 of these new plants spring up within 2 days after I put it in, and that was just kind of a sign to me that I finally got it resolved. So the tank is looking decent. Not hugely pleased with it, but the fish are looking great. That's my biggest ram right there. He is one happy dude. He's nearly 4 inches long now. He's absolutely massive for a German blue ram. He's a male. You can see one of the females next to him there. You can tell by the coloring. There's actually another female here as well. If you guys want me to do a video on German blue rams, I'll tell you how to sex them. It's really hard when they're small. It took me a long time to get these guys sexed, but it's really easy to tell now. Here's actually one of my other males over here. This is his side of the tank. He guards it fiercely. The males will fight probably, I don't know, I'll sit here for a few hours and see him fight at least 4 or 5 times over tank space. But overall, I like how it's turned out. Hopefully it'll continue to improve in the future. I'll do another video specifically on how to reduce silicates, how to get rid of diatoms, how to properly maintain your tank in those regards, and a separate video, as I said. A couple of the other issues I had with the tank, just so you all are aware and you avoid them. My light, I wasn't cleaning the reflector, which this is just one T5 that does this entire tank. Well, it's an extremely bright light because of the reflector, and I hadn't cleaned it because I was really sick. They reduced the light levels dramatically, caused some dieback. And the other large mistake I made, for those of you running do-it-yourself CO2, if you see any white buildup on your CO2 diffuser, like a white gunky buildup, that's bacteria and how do I put it? It's actually coming from your bubble counter on your CO2 rig. Here's my CO2 rig for my 29. I have two 2-liter bottles, and then I have a little Mott's apple juice bottle back here that runs as my bubble counter, and it had filled up with, you won't actually see it because it'll remain clear, but if you open it up, you'll smell it instantly. It smells like just alcohol. It was filled with just nasty water, and instead of filtering out the air that moves through the bubble counter, it was just pumping in crappy air filled with CO2 and all sorts of other gunk, and putting all this white gunk into my water, and was slowly getting all over my plants, allowing bacteria to grow, and all sorts of issues. Just monitor it. I mean, if you make sure that you change out that bottle every time you do a change with your CO2, you should be fine. The mistake I made was I didn't, because I was very sick. So, oh well, life moves on. But I'll do another update from this tank once it fully flushes out. Right now, all the plants are still adapting. Just planted them 2 days ago, so they still look kind of like crap. They're still figuring out how they need to stand to actually get to the light and get all the roots in just right. So, hope you like the tanks, folks. Have a good one. Post any comments, any questions down in the comments, and sub if you want to see more. Thanks. Bye.